have seen my affliction. You are aware of my deep distress. Isaiah chapter 63 verse 9. Bible says, during all their distress, it was distressing to him. In his love and compassion, he lifted me up. So other verses that show God wants you to draw closer to him and pull out your heart in prayer. Philippians chapter 4 verse 6 to 7. Bible says, do not be anxious over anything, but in everything by prayer, let your petitions be made known to God, and the peace of God that surpasses all understanding will guard your hearts and your mental powers. In James chapter 4 verse 8, Bible says, draw close to God and he will draw close to you. There are also other verses. Psalm chapter 34 verse 4 and 15, and Psalm chapter 55 verse 22. So there are other verses that show God can give you strength. Philippians chapter 4 verse 13. Bible says, for all things I have the strength through the one who gives me power. Isaiah chapter 41 verse 10. Bible says, look, do not be afraid, for I am with you. Do not be anxious, for I am your God. I will fortify you. Yes, I will help you. So, there are other verses like Psalm chapter 138 verse 3. Isaiah chapter 40, chapter 40, verse 29 to 31. So, let's say this. If you, for example, let's suppose you have no suicidal thoughts, but your friend has them. What could you do if your friend says, I want to die? Take any mention of suicidal thoughts seriously. Encourage your friend to talk. Draw him or her out. When people talk about their thoughts on suicide, they may be less likely to carry out the act. The second one, listen him or her empathetically. Be quick to listen, but slow to speak. As James said in James chapter 1, verse 19. Understand that anguish or depression can drive a person to say things that are willing to talk. Understand that anguish or depression can drive a person to say things that are willing to talk. So if a friend says something thoughtless or unkind, don't overreact and take offense. Don't do this. Speak counselingly. The Bible advises us, speak counselingly to those who are depressed. Let me speak again about this. The Bible advises us, speak counselingly to those who are depressed. In 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 14. So, do not minimize your friend's feelings. Acknowledge his feelings and the reason for them. Tell your friend how much means to you. All those things will help him or her to resist suicidal thoughts. Ask your friend also to get help. In Proverbs chapter 13 verse 10, Bible says, wisdom belongs to those who seek advice. So if your friend have a serious physical illness, you would encourage him to see a doctor. Suicidal thoughts can be a symptom of mental or emotional illness. So urge him to seek professional help. If any offers to go with him or her. So another thing you can do for your friend who has suicidal thoughts, show love. In Proverbs verse 17, in chapter 17, Bible says a true friend shows love all the time, all times, and is a brother who is born to help in times of distress. So you cannot erase your friend's problems or suicidal thoughts, but by confirming your love for him and your support, you may help him through another day, and his next day may look brighter. So let's talk another thing. What if I have attempted suicide in the past? Bible in this case can help you what? If you have a friend who has attempted suicide in past, you have to know this. Or if it's you who has attempted suicide in the past, you may have feelings of guilty or shame. You may also feel that no one understands what led you to attempt suicide, or the emotional anguish you may now living with. The Bible acknowledges that we cannot fully understand what others feel. The heart knows its own bitterness, as Bible says in Proverbs chapter 14 verse 10. So while loved ones can offer a measure of comfort, they are somewhat limited. But be assured, however, that you are not alone. You are with your God through Bible verses, through people around you, through your true friends, through your family. You have to consider this. In 2 Chronicles chapter 6 verse 30, God knows the human heart. God knows who may have led you to feel that suicide. And he knows how we will get out of this. He also understands your present feelings, which, as mentioned, may include guilty or shame. He knows everything about these things, as Psalm chapter 139 verse 1 says. While God highly values your life, he is willing to forgive those who have had suicidal thoughts. If it's you who has attempted suicide, or your friend, God is ready to forgive those who had suicidal thoughts, who have attempted suicide. We may read this in Psalm 86 verse 5. He knows that many who attempt suicide do not want to die. They just want to end their pain. So God can help you, even if our hearts may condemn us, because God is greater than our hearts and knows everything. In 1 John chapter 3 verse 19 to 20, even our hearts may condemn us, God is greater than our hearts and knows everything. He has the ability to make you feel well. Even you have that